fight to remove all foreign power from our soil.
We are Al-Qatala.
We are the killers. We fight without sorrow. We wage war without sympathy. This is the only way to live and die a true soldier.
Today we'll be looking at the early life and the current story of Modern Warfare's Omar Suleiman, who was portrayed by Joel Sultan. Our goal here is to expand our knowledge of the lore within Call of Duty. So far we've covered the stories of Modern Warfare, the Black Ops series, and the Ghost storyline. We have also looked at the individual careers of many of their characters. Thank you for joining me and welcome to the early life and the story of the Wolf. Omar was born sometime in the 1950s in Urzikstan, and Omar grew up watching his father build a construction company. However, it wouldn't really generate much of a living due to the corruption that surrounded them, and it cost his father to build for almost nothing. And this also caused Omar to grow a hatred for the people responsible, and he would try to distance himself from this, leaving Urzikstan behind. However, in 1999, General Barkov would take over Urzikstan, and Omar would return and become a freedom fighter, and he would help the West against the Russian enemies in different parts of the Middle East, including Afghanistan. Omar would eventually become a hero and an ally to the West. Omar would continue to work with the West for over a decade. However, he would eventually grow tired of their lack of intervention, especially from political and military leaders. And this would lead to 2013, where he would inform the world that he no longer wanted help from the West and that he would be cutting ties with them, and he would consider them his enemies. He would create the terrorist group named Al-Qatala and promise to use his past experience from working with the West to exploit their weaknesses, bringing down their government. His message was so powerful that he was flooded with new recruits and began to train them extensively and spread his grasp wider and wider across the Middle East. Eventually, Omar would come to be known as the Wolf. Suleiman would hide in the shadows and wouldn't be seen much, if at all, since 2013, keeping his life quiet and his movements private. However, the Wolf would be injured in 2014 following an airstrike that would cause him to lose almost his entire vision in both of his eyes. However, this wouldn't derail him. If anything, it would motivate him more to continue his attacks on established governments. In 2019, the Wolf would hold a secret meeting with Hadir Karim, the lieutenant of the Urzikstan Liberation Forces, without the knowledge of his younger sister Farah and the leader of the ULF. The purpose for this meeting was to steal chlorine gas from a lab in Kastovia belonging to General Barkov. The mission would be a success, and later the Wolf would put together a terrorist attack in Piccadilly Circus, London, leaving many dead, including women and children. After a terrorist cell in London would be raided, the coordinates of the Wolf would be revealed, and he was hiding in the Ramazah hospital. The Wolf would receive wind of this, and he would capture some American soldiers, as he planned to execute them live and send it out to the world. However, he would be stopped. After moving the Wolf to the US Embassy, they would interrogate him.
3 minutes.
In 3 minutes, my people will be inside. They will kill all of you.
I chose to take you alive. I could still change my mind.
You have the wrong man.
Lies! Tell them what you've done.
We did not steal the gas.
Who did?
Someone very dangerous.
Where is it?
I wish I knew.
The butcher is outside. They'll burn the city if they have to.
Save yourself, daughter. Join us. Do not talk to her.
Hey! Tap the brakes.
I am not your child, old man. I lead soldiers. You train killers.
But we are all killers here, no?
They're gonna breach. We gotta move now! 31226, shots fired. Moving to secure the HBI, will advise.
After the embassy was overrun, the Wolf would be moved elsewhere and locked in a safe while the Western forces fought against his Al-Qatala. Amidst the chaos, the Wolf would be rescued. And after this, the Wolf and his second in command, the Butcher, would meet with Hadir and talk about the chlorine gas that was stolen, as the Wolf wanted to use it to attack established government across the world. The Wolf would head back to his compound and wait for things to cool down. However, he would get word that Captain Price and Farah were moving on him fast. Here, the Wolf realized that his time had finally ran out, and he went to hide underground in the tunnel network that he had previously built. The Wolf would put on a bomb vest, and his plan was to go out by killing those looking to capture him. The Wolf's plan would mostly backfire as he would be executed in 2019, and his faction Al-Qatala have only grown weaker since his death. Their second in command would also be killed, and his legacy is really one of failure and corruption. He became all that he hated as a child, and it led him down a dark path. This has been the early life and the complete story of Omar the Wolf Suleiman.